Hello, everyone. It's great to be here today. Welcome to our Customer Company Tour. We have a tremendous event today dedicated to your success. We have nearly 8,000 people registered for today's event, tons of breakouts, an amazing expo, and a couple of very special announcements that I'll be making during this keynote, which I think you'll be very excited about as well. This morning's keynote is all about vision. It's where we see the future of the industry. Where are we going? What are the major megatrends that are happening in technology today, and how are they going to impact our business? How are they going to transform how we connect with our customers? How do we connect to our customers in a whole new way? We see a tremendous opportunity out there today, and from talking to customers all around the world, we know that you see it too, and that many of you are stepping forward to embrace this opportunity to transform how you connect with your customers, your employees, your partners. There's never been a better time to be in the cloud and to be working with Salesforce. And in the spirit of connecting with customers in conversation, we also want your feedback today. So whether it's, you can see my Twitter handle, my email address, coo@salesforce.com, however you like, I would really like your feedback from today's message, from today's event, and tell us what's working, how can we serve you better. Today we have over 300 Salesforce employees on site, and their only mission is to serve you. So if there's anything you need to make your experience better today, or any question you have, please don't hesitate to grab any one of us, and we're going to move heaven and earth to make you successful. Now, we've been seeing all these major trends, talking to customers, and we were looking for a way to kind of articulate what we were seeing in the market. And we came across this fantastic CEO survey done by IBM of over 1,709 CEOs, what was top of mind for them in 2012. And we came across this very interesting language, which I want to read to you for a second. It says, for some time, businesses have been refining and optimizing their networks of suppliers and partners. Now, that's something we're all very familiar with. Any of us that have been in the IT industry for the last few decades, we know that we've spent a ton of time with whether it's mainframe technologies or client-server technologies, focused on the back office, focusing on taking cost out, increasing efficiency, working with the supply chain, manufacturing. We've spent a lot of effort on it, and it's yielded tremendous results. But you know, there's a new opportunity emerging, and I want to read the second half of this now. But something just as revolutionary has been happening. The sudden convergence of the cloud, social, and mobile spheres, connecting customers, employees, and partners in new ways. We call this idea becoming a customer company. Now, for those of you who have been here before, you know that we've talked about cloud, we've talked about social, we've talked about mobile technologies, but what we're seeing now is not just these technologies are interesting for us in terms of how we automate the work of our employees, but fundamentally create a new idea that we can create a much deeper, much richer, much more authentic, much more persistent, always connected relationship with our customers. And boy, do we need that to happen. You know, I know that all of you here today and the thousands of people watching online, we all care about our customers. That's why we're here. But at the same time, we all know that we each personally have had, probably in the last 12 months, if not the last week or last day even, a poor customer experience that's turned us off to a company. And you know something? If you had that happen to you, you're not alone. 69% of customers have taken their business elsewhere over the past year due to a poor customer experience. What's happening? We all care about our customers, but something is wrong. And that is the opportunity we want to talk about today, to transform that, to turn that around, to become a customer-connected company, a customer-driven company, a customer-obsessed company, a customer-focused company, a customer-trusted company. To become a customer company. We want to unpack what that means and the tremendous opportunity that each and every one of our organizations has today to take advantage of some of the tremendous technologies out there, like cloud, like social, like mobile, like communities, and other major megatrends, to build truly connected, persistent relationships with our employees, with our customers, with our employees, with our partners, and even with our products. And that's something I'm going to talk a little bit more about later. A tremendous new idea that's really emerging in our industry now, and I think is really the cutting edge of what's possible for us in our organizations. Now, we've been on stages like this for the last 14 years talking about the evolution from mainframe to client server to the cloud. And many of you, of course, have participated with us in this journey, and we're tremendously grateful to you for that partnership. And this simple idea of the cloud, of a new technology model, allowing rapid innovation, agility, flexibility, lower cost, ease of use, And a new business model, this idea that it's a subscription service, it's pay as you go. We have to partner with you to make you successful, has been what's really driven Salesforce.com to be today, just recently announced, #1 in market share in CRM, both on-premise and cloud. It doesn't really matter. We're #1 in these markets thanks to you and your hard work and your belief in us. And we want to thank you for that belief. And it's not just for CRM overall, it's also for each major product category that we work with you in. Whether you're working with us in sales for the Sales Cloud, or service for the Service Cloud, or our new Marketing Cloud, or our platform, Salesforce is #1. We're one of the highest performing businesses in the world as well. Rated #1 by Forbes magazine for 2 years running now for being the world's most innovative company, as well as one of the world's most admired companies. And I want to just spend a second on that last point because, when we started the company, we didn't just think about creating a new technology model, a new business model, but from the very beginning, we said we want to also integrate philanthropy into the ethos of the company. From the very beginning, we set aside 1% of our time, our equity, and our product. We created a nonprofit foundation called the Salesforce Foundation, and through that, we've now contributed well over 445,000 hours of service, 40 million in grants, and maybe the thing that's most exciting to me personally, we have over 17,500 nonprofits and non-governmental organizations around the world using Salesforce today to change the world. Tremendously exciting. Now, as we've traveled around the world, with this message, we've seen just tremendous enthusiasm and response. And maybe in no market have we seen, I think, more enthusiasm and excitement about the cloud than Europe. Europe is one of our fastest growing regions in the world. And you can see in our last fiscal year, it grew 38%, tremendous growth all across Europe, whether it's here in the UK or across the continent. You can see the brands that have started to embrace the cloud. All of you here have embraced the cloud. It's very, very exciting and have invested in Salesforce. And so that's why we're so excited today to be able to make a major announcement around our level of commitment back to you and to Europe, our intent to double down in this market. And that's why we're so excited to talk about the Salesforce European Data Center. We have now just signed an agreement with NTT Europe, a definitive agreement to deliver this data center right here in the UK. We've broken ground on it, and it will be opening in early 2014. It's a huge concrete step for us, reflecting our commitment to this market. And we want to thank you because it's really your feedback, your guidance, your emphasis that has really led us to make this investment, and we couldn't be more thrilled about it. We think this is a huge breakthrough for us and really for all of our European customers. Now, what's also exciting for us beyond Europe and beyond the data center is the tremendous shift that's happening in this new third wave of the internet, that we're moving, or a third wave of technology. And we're seeing that we've not only moved past the terminals, the SNA, the mainframe, client server with the LAN and WAN, but also we've moved into a new era that encompasses not just the cloud, but also new technologies to connect to the cloud, whether it's the broadband networks, the wireless networks, LTE transforming how we connect at rapid speeds, always connected no matter where we are, but also the devices are changing. It's not just about moving to mobile phones or maybe to tablets, but it's also now about an Internet of Things. And maybe many of you, I'm sure, have heard this phrase, this idea that every device out there that's on the network today is able to collect data, is able to create a much more customized, much more personalized experience. And all of this data is something we can use to create a transformational customer experience. We're going to talk a little bit more about that and share with you some stories of what our customers are doing to do that, to inspire us and to inspire others about what's possible, the art of the possible really in this area. And when we think about this transformation, it's really a continuum. It's a continuum for us. Those of you who were last year, we talked a lot about the social revolution. That while we've been talking about the cloud revolution for over a decade, last year we really focused on the social revolution, the power of the social revolution. I'm sure many of you today are using Chatter inside your organizations and have seen the transformational power of that technology, but also now the advent and explosion of mobile computing. And not just, as I said, the handheld, or the tablet, but also the Internet of Things. And this is a tremendous opportunity, and all of us right now are wrestling with, what does this mean for our business? How do we take advantage of this to transform our customer relationships? Well, in today's world, we see 7 major technology megatrends that are impacting the customer relationship, that are adding up to what we call the customer revolution. The customer revolution is about an empowered customer, a connected customer, a customer with a voice, a customer that's part of a community. And it's defined by these 7 major megatrends: social computing, mobile computing, big data, communities, applications, the cloud, and trust. And I want to spend a few minutes just going into some of these in a little bit more depth. Let's talk about the social revolution. You know, the social revolution, even though we were talking about it a lot last year, it's still just beginning. It's exploding every day. 4.5 billion aggregate social users today across all the major social networks. It's where we're living our lives. It's where we're providing a new level of transparency into our lives and sharing with each other and connecting in a tremendous new way. And every company today has to think about, how are we going to connect to our customers through the social revolution? What makes this even more powerful is that the social revolution is being married with the mobile revolution, which we've alluded to already. That I'm accessing these social networks wherever I am because I'm always connected, I'm always tethered. I've got my device here, and I'm living through this device now. I have my life on this device. And if you're not on this device, then you don't have the fullest possible connection to me as a person, as a customer, or as a consumer. And this is a tremendous opportunity. We have to think about what this means for our business. What does this mean for your business? Now, along with mobile and social, this Internet of Things creates this opportunity for big data. And I know a lot of you have been thinking about big data. We hear a lot about it from our customers. And this idea that now your products can be collecting data, usage data, to create and transform that customer experience. You can see here, IDC projecting 450 billion business transactions per day by 2020. This is a huge idea. This is a huge idea. All of our businesses, all of our companies, no matter what we are, what we do officially, or what we make, or what we provide, we also have to become data companies. We have to become companies that are intelligent about data and understand how to use it. And one company that's inspiring us in this way is one of our great customers, General Electric. General Electric, of course, makes all sorts of products, whether it's in the healthcare industry, or you can see here their Gen X engine here, picture on the slide. And in each of these products, all these products are connected to the network. They have an opportunity. They're thinking through. They've asked us to work with them and say, how do we actually take advantage of the fact that this device is connected, that it's providing data, to actually transform our growth and our profitability, because that's what really matters to us. Having a connected device is interesting, but how do we take that and transform that to drive business results? And I want to share with you a brief video that kind of illuminates how GE is thinking about it, and then we'll come back to the story. Let's play the video.
GE is a company that's all about making things that matter. We have this core belief that business is social. What I mean here is that social technology is going to change the way we do business. It's not just a consumer application, it's a business application. You know, we had a goal 2 years ago that we want to get our sales team 100% digitized. And the best thing for us was to go to Salesforce. It's been key for us to understand not only how do we connect our employees, but how do we connect our employees to our customers. And ultimately, what's very exciting for us is how do we connect customers, employees to our machines. In a company like GE, most of our customers have multiple GE businesses that work with them. And so you need all the touch points of the company to understand that customer. Wherever you are, you have the brains of the company, the brains of what's going on for the customer right at your fingertips. It's changing the way we work and the way our customers work. As we become more digitized, we're getting access to more data. We're seeing data from customers. We're also seeing data from our machines. I think the idea of connecting a machine to a social network is pretty exciting. What if my jet engine could talk to me, and what would it say? Chatter's turning out to be a nice tool in that, because what it does is it aggregates communities. In this case, a community of service reps. We can get our salespeople plugged in, and they were actually able to take some of the data feed from a GENX engine that was installed on the Dreamliner for Japan Airlines. In real time, the service teams of Japan Airlines and GE were able to look at the data and say, what are we seeing? What are we experiencing? And it's translated into real action that helps the business run better. Social and Salesforce help connect the dots of the company. They speed us up, they make us more approachable. If you're a business, you need social because it's going to get you closer to your customers. It's humanizing. The ability to query somebody real time and get feedback and to get people to help make what you do better. I mean, that's a marketer's dream.
That's a great story, and I want to point out a couple of key elements in that video. First of all, the data that's coming out of the machine is part of the value proposition that GE is now offering. That yes, while they make money selling the engine, where the real profitability for General Electric is in this relationship is in the service relationship. It's this ongoing service maintenance relationship they have with their customer, with the airline. And their ability to have the data from the machine actually come out and be part of a private chatter or social network for them to share with the airline and have the GE engineers part of that adds another level of value that makes their service more differentiated, more sticky, and helps them have offer it at a higher price point, which is very, very exciting for them. And the second point I want to make is that big data in a vacuum is not as interesting as big data combined with human data. And by taking the data from the engine, all the data, whether it's an alert, data that suggests maybe there's an issue that needs to be looked at, by marrying that with the knowledge, the social knowledge in the minds of the GE engineer, of the airline engineer, it's a much more powerful combination. And this is why we're so excited about technologies, not only big data in isolation, but big data combined with social, and also big data as part of communities.